Hey there, Giant Opinion Sports. What's going on, everyone? New to the channel, like, subscribe. Let's grow the channel. Anyways, week 2 is in the books. And like the first week, there hasn't been a dull moment. We had a massive brawl, players retiring, and ex-players in the media bashing Joe Judge. But I'm going to start out by talking about the team as a whole, and then I think we'll dip into some individual players who stood out. Team-wise, we've seen the offense dominating the defense in the first few days of the Pats, and then the scales kind of tipped back to more towards where it was the first week of camp, and the defense showing out. I always like to mention that I don't take too much out of each day or each drill. I'm looking for overlying patterns, and it's just still early. I know if you've been watching all my videos, you're sick of hearing it, but I have to say it, because the media makes such a big deal out of every single day, and like all the interceptions, anything that comes out of the 11-on-11 drills. I don't. In camp, you're going to see way more picks, and also you're going to see way more touchdowns, than what's going to happen in the regular season. This is a time in the place for players to try new things. So I hear Daniel Jones threw 2 picks. It don't bother me at all. His defense gives up 4 touchdowns in a practice. Whatever. I'm paying attention when it's a consistent thing through all of camp and preseason. Right up until the regular season starts. And thank God, the universe, the uploader, whatever this thing is, that we get to sit down and watch a game here the next few days. It sounds blissful. Honestly, that first preseason game, first game of the year, it feels like it takes 10 years to get to. And there are so many young players that I'm excited to see this season. It kind of sucks. There's been so many of these guys on the COVID, PUP list. We need to get some of these guys on the field and see what we got. Anyways, let's talk about some players. There was some players that stood out this week. Daniel Jones had a few days of really good play. One day that was reported to be pretty much perfect. I think he had 1 incompletion. Sterling Shepard, again, has been killing it all camp. From all reports, from all the videos, from everything I've seen personally, and I watch as much as I can every day. He looks great. So if Shep stays healthy, he's going to have a huge year. David Sills has been good for the 2nd straight week. Still haven't got Dante Pettis on the field. He's been hurt. John Ross did have a touchdown on a short slant pass. That was nice this week, but it's just nothing really special. He does look fast, and Ross has been, the main kick returner on the field. So if he somehow squeaks onto the roster, that'll be his job, it looks like. He'll be the kick returner. CJ Board has been lining up as a gunner on kickoffs. From all reports, he's doing really well. So I hope he can seize that job so we don't have to use the roster spot on Cody Core. Because CJ Board is just that much better of a receiver than Cody Core. But defense, the big story has been Rodarius Williams, who's just come out of nowhere, 6th rounder. Now he's been solid all camp, and Joe Judge has kind of been giving players off. Adoree sat out of practice, and Rodarius stepped into first team and played his ass up, straight up. He tipped the pass that turned into a pick, got an interception himself, so he's looked good. All good signs. Darnay Holmes had a really good week. It was kind of meh. Didn't really hear nothing about him in the first week, so it's nice to know. Aaron Robinson's still on the PUP list. That's the physically unable to play. We need him out there. Hope he's back soon. The edge rushers have been dealing with tons of injuries as well. The biggest 2 are Ellerson Smith. Really needs the experience of camp. I know Shane Zimenez, who's quickly running out of time here. One bonus of them guys missing, all of camp, is Azeez Ojulari. He has been getting a ton of snaps. In my opinion, Azeez will be the biggest factor for this year's defense, besides the addition of Adoree Jackson. But it's tough to get an idea of how and where our pass rushers are right now, because you can't touch the quarterbacks. I think that's what I'll be looking for more than anything in the first preseason game. How well the pass rush will do. So it'll just be nice. Also, the O-line. That's kind of interesting too. I'm not sure if some starters are going to have to go or not, because it's super thin right now. obviously Kadarius Toney, if he's out there, that's going to be just must watch for us Giants fans. Overall, though, another good week of training camp. No big injuries, Kenny Galladay injury turned out to be minor. Joe Judge has done a really good job giving players days off, load management, shrinking the field so players aren't running all out and just slowly getting everybody in shape. I think what Judge has done is a huge reason we've had so few injuries this offseason. So I'm happy so far from what I've seen in the first 2 weeks. It's looks relatively smooth, and I'm liking it. I have to thank you all for the support. I've gotten. You guys have been clicking on my videos, and I notice. I notice, and I appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, link it up. Everyone, stay safe out there.